many million Americans are getting slammed at this stage of their life with financial challenges. Adult children moving back home in with mom and dad, while their elderly parents don't have the money to retire. Dubbed the generation of optimism, how do the baby boomers cope with all of these downers right now? Joining us now to talk about the baby boomer blues and how to beat it is mental health counselor Jada Collins. Always great to see you. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Me, Amy.
This is a tough subject because we know so many people are going through this right now. We want to talk about how the economy is improving and things are getting better, but so many people are stuck in this situation. The kids can't get jobs, the grandparents can't afford to be out on their own, everybody's coming back home, and these baby boomers are stuck in the middle.
Yeah, and they're bridging 2 generations, or they're spanning 3 generations, and they're like, what am I supposed to do at this point? But what we see happening is they have increased in depression and anxiety. We see a lot of additional substance abuse cases in our office, and they're really crying out for help. What should I do? The good thing about it, there are resources available. Obviously, psychotherapy and counseling would be the best thing. However, there are tons of online services that are available that offer free resources and give additional information of how to kind of get out of the rut and the constant cycle of what do I do, that place of despair.
Because that is, I think, for many of these people, they feel like they are literally stuck with nowhere to turn. You talk about these resources that are available. What kinds of things what kinds of advice are they getting from these resources?
Well, here's the thing. The typical problems that you'll see in midlife would be the marriages kind of waning a little bit, empty nest syndrome, you know, just the relationships that they're dealing with in general, and sometimes the loss of a job. Those are natural things. But what we're seeing now is children moving back into the home. It's like, what do I do? Now I have to kind of manipulate the parent-adult-child relationship. So these resources that they're giving relationship advice for divorces and how to kind of jumpstart your marriage, parenting advice, financial advice, especially since the 2008 turn of the economy, you know, losing the jobs. And I think a huge part of it is self-confidence and self-concept, reestablishing who they are in this period of time in their life.
Over the last couple of years, how many more people have you seen coming to you to talk about financial problems in their life, more so than anything else, that rises above all the other problems?
It has been. It's caused a great deal of hopelessness, believe it or not, but it has increased significantly. Even just personally, I've seen quite a bit of midlife crises come before me. It's more of like an existential crisis. They begin to question, what's my purpose in life? Where am I going from here? What am I supposed to be doing? You know, what's happening, you know, in my life? And one of the things that we like to do is reassure them that life is not over after 45 or 50 or 60. You know, you still can live a fulfilled life.
Well, we're giving everyone at home a great opportunity this morning to talk to someone like Jada, actually Jada herself, because she's going to be sticking around and doing a web chat for us, and she can answer your questions about this baby boomer crisis that's happening right now. Maybe you're experiencing some of the very problems that Jada just talked about. All you have to do is go to our website, go to myfoxorlando.com, click on the web chat, and we're going to be checking in with Jada during the 9 o'clock hour to see what kind of questions you've been asking. She's going to stick around for about an hour, and we're so grateful that you're going to do that. And I have a feeling you're going to get a lot of questions, Jada. Thank you so much from Total Life Counseling. Good morning. You have been asking mental health counselor Jada Collins your questions about how to cope with the baby boomer blues, and we're actually seeing a pretty significant case of the blues for baby boomers over the last several years, and Jada's been answering a lot of questions this morning. Have you been getting some good questions?
Good questions. Good. Really, really good questions. One of the questions that someone asked was, how do I provide for my ailing father and my siblings aren't helping?
That's a tough one.
That's really tough. How do you have that tough conversation when there are additional responsibilities added? So there are plenty, again, plenty of resources. So I gave them life2.com, which has a significant amount of resources for people in that situation. Another good question was about how to handle anger with seniors. And usually we all know that anger is a secondary emotion. Underneath there's something boiling, and typically for seniors it's fear. It's fear of the unknown. It's fear of end-of-life problems. It's the fear of not knowing what's coming next. And oftentimes it's the fear of death. So you have to be very careful, but it's validating their feelings, understanding what they're going through, and at that that point and try to reduce that fear.
And in a lot of those cases, I imagine sometimes there's perhaps a little dementia coming into play there because they're not maybe acting like themselves, and you're sort of struggling too. Do I go to the doctor with them? Do I talk to the doctor separately? How do they deal with that?
Right, and sometimes they may need to go seek medical attention, but at the same time, that fear of losing their faculties and losing their mental capacity, that can be terrifying, and that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the reaction to what is going on with me at this moment.
Wow. Jada Collins, thank you so much for sticking around and answering questions from our viewers this morning. I know they certainly appreciate your time and your expertise, and we're so glad you were able to come in and spend some time with us this morning.